Can you believe what you've just achieved?
It was a hell of a game of cricket. Yeah, to finish off a tournament like this, going down on the wire, it's been a great day. Obviously, halfway point after batting, we were up against it, but outstanding effort from the lads. The way they stuck at it, especially in that partnership with Sangakkara and Burns, is outstanding.
As a coach, what did you say at half time with 220 on the board?
To be honest, during the tournament, as a coaching team, we haven't really spoken during the match a great deal. You do your work beforehand, and then the players go and do their job. The players are smart enough to know that we haven't played a perfect game of cricket today, but we found a way of getting over the line, and that's the outstanding thing.
When you and Ian Harvey came in for this season, can you quite believe that in your first year in charge you just won yourself a trophy?
No. I mean, it's brilliant. It's an amazing feat, I suppose, from the players. I mean, they take a lot of credit for this. In fact, they take all the credit. So no, it was one of those things which you get on a bit of a roll and you think, right, then you get past the quarter final and you get up at Yorkshire, and it's like, you get past Yorkshire and then you end up here. It's all a bit surreal, really, and I'm sure this will sink in the next few days.
Today was our day, and yeah, I couldn't be happy and proud of the boys.
What was the thought at half time with 220 on the board?
I thought 240 was probably par, which is probably lower than normal in these days, but as I said, it was a bit too pace the wicket, it was turning, so we felt that we were still in with a chance. We thought we needed some early wickets, which we actually got, but then they obviously put on a good partnership through the middle there, but yeah, it was probably wasn't quite enough, but in the end it proved to be.
We have to thank your wife, right, or Gloucestershire do, because I spoke to you at the end of the quarter final, and you said you had to speak to her about coming back to England to play in the semi and then the final. So what have you got to say about that?
Yeah, well, to be honest, she was never going to say no. It was probably taken a little bit out of proportion. She's so supportive of me throughout my whole career, and it was more just about having the time to spend with the family as well, and she was always very supportive of me coming back and playing from the time we sort of brought it up.
What must be incredibly proud for you today is the fact that you've led this side brilliantly through this tournament, scored a huge amount of runs in white ball cricket. You got out first over today. The fact that your team then came out and did what they did, it must be really make you very proud.
Oh, definitely, but I had confidence in the boys. As I've sort of said a few times this week, there's been contributors throughout this tournament. I obviously missed a few games as well, and we won 2 out of those 3 games, and guys have chipped in throughout to support me, whether it's me or on their own, and they did it again today to get us to a decent total.
Gloucestershire were in a bit of trouble when you came out to bat. What do you feel like when you walked down the steps, the famous Lord's steps for the last time?
Well, the noise that was, the sort of coming through the long room there, the members, clapped me really well, and then walking out onto the pitch again, the crowd really sort of showed some fantastic appreciation. So that was really special. But ultimately, I knew I had the job to do, and yeah, just to keep batting and keep sort of staying there as long as I could to get as close to that 50th over. Because if we did that, I knew we'd get a total around about what we got. Just because the way that and Jack came in and helped that out incredibly. So yeah, it was to get a 50 and finish that way is special. But ultimately it was a great team performance with the ball to win it.
You've had an incredible career, of course, famously the Ashes in 2005. How does this compare?
Oh, right now in the moment it's right up there. And it will be for sure. I've done quite a few sort of chats, interviews leading into it, and this 50 over stuff. I've been here before and lost, so I know how the Surrey boys are feeling. And 50 over was the final sort of crowning glory I was after. I'd won T20 cricket with Kent, obviously winning the Ashes. So 50 over cricket has put the icing on the cake.
I can't imagine a better finish to a career, really, than the Gloucestershire fans going absolutely crazy in the stands. Oh
yeah, it was special. It was. I came to watch Gloucestershire final when they played Glamorgan in the early 2000s it was, and so I got an inkling of what they'd be like, and so but to hear them, the fact that I was just meandering down at third man on the boundary most of the day gave me the chance to take it all in, and really enjoy it. And when the noise started getting up and we started taking wickets, you know, the fans were incredible. They've come up by the busload, and so it's really capped it off.
You started the season as the Gloucestershire captain. You've ended it winning this, but not as captain. Can you quite believe what you've just done as a team?
Not really, to be honest. Once I stopped being captain, we started winning regularly. So it's probably the best decision I've done. But no, these are a wonderful bunch. You know, these group of lads, they've made my last sort of few months in cricket so memorable, and that was the reason why I went there, because I enjoyed them so much when I was there last year for a month. So I'm hugely happy for these guys, because they're such a good bunch, it's such a good group, they're such good mates. You know, during the course of the summer when I was away from family, we'd send messages out to meet up for a coffee, and 6 or 8 of them would show up. It's that sort of group where it's, you know, they're a real unit, and hopefully this is a huge springboard for them, because the belief that they've got in each other is close to something I haven't played with before.